Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Here's an update on the Wrangler and how I feel about it so far. But before I get in this video, make sure you subscribe because I have more videos to come. So I owned this Wrangler for a couple of months now. Bought it back in April. Bought it as a certified pre-owned vehicle with 60 something thousand miles on it. And so far, I really like the vehicle. It did take some getting used to, and it's starting to grow on me. So far, I think it's a great vehicle, being that it's only been 2 months since I've owned it. And I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the way it rides. Now, this being the Jeep, it's not going to handle like a sports car, but I was expecting it because, it's an SUV. It's not really made for cornering. It is an all black. So when I bought it, the paint has been in perfect condition when I had bought it. I want to say my most favorite features about this Jeep is these all-terrain tires. Now these all-terrain tires did come with the Jeep when I bought it. Uh, they are a little bigger than the stock ones, but the dealership actually put these tires on here before I bought it. Now, it did take some getting used to as far as driving it. I want to say my very first time driving it, especially on the test drive, it was this feeling in the back of my mind that I was going to easily roll it, especially turning the corners at low speed. But the reason being is it feels narrow as you're driving versus on the outside it looks wide. And the reason being is it's the fender flares. See, when you're on the inside, let me show you. Sitting in here, when you look at the hood from this angle, it looks narrow, right? So as you turn it makes you have this feeling in the back of your mind as if you're gonna roll it. But when you look over a little bit more, you see the fender flare. So that was something I had to get used to because it was a feeling thinking that I was gonna roll it as I turn in the corner. But as time went on, I've gotten used to it and I've gotten the hang of it. This does have the 3.6 Pentastar V6, and so far I think it's a great motor for this. If I had the choice, I would have went with a 392 Jeep Wrangler, but in all honesty, I didn't want to spend all of that money on the Jeep Wrangler. I mean, 392s run about 90 grand to 100 grand. I think the 3.6 V6 is a great motor for this vehicle paired to the 8-speed. It does an excellent job. I think Jeep really did a good job tuning the transmission with the motor. It shifts smooth, it shifts when it needs to shift. It shifts to the highest gear on the highway or higher speed for fuel economy if you were into saving gas and stuff like that. Another one of my favorite features is I have the ability to take the top off, take the doors off, and take the back off. And with this Jeep, kind of gives you the best of both worlds. And we bought it because we have some bad winters up here in Michigan, and our roads tend to crumble around that time, and we had some bad potholes. Well, thankfully these tires can handle the potholes, and during the summer we can take the roof off, take the doors off, so we get the best of both worlds. We have an off-road capable vehicle. We can take it to the sand dunes whenever, and then during the winter time, it's great in the winter. We can just pop it in four-wheel drive high, and we don't have to worry about getting stuck in the snow. And as far as potholes, these big thick tires can handle the potholes. It absorbs them so that the suspension won't take much of a shock or break anything. If you in the market for a Jeep Wrangler JL, just note that this is a Sport S, and Jeep Wranglers usually don't come with drive modes. This Sport S doesn't come with a drive mode. You can put it in manual mode to where the gear indicator will show up in the cluster, but this Jeep doesn't have drive modes like the Bronco does, like sport mode, snow mode, and stuff like that. But in all honesty, I don't really care for sport mode and all those different drive modes because Jeep wanted to keep it original. So the more tech that you have with a vehicle, the more that can go wrong. So Jeep decided to keep it original and not put any different drive modes for the Jeep Wrangler JL. And I honestly like it better that way. Now, as you look over the window controls, you got the famous auto button that everybody complains about, rears off they window buttons. What I did was I just took some alcohol wipes and just rubbed it off. I mean, I already know it's auto anyway, so it's like, what's the point of looking at faded auto buttons on the window switches where I could just wipe it off and take them off myself? Makes it look a whole lot better. Infotainment system is real simple and easy to use. I'm not going to go through all of the details of how to work it. There are plenty of videos on YouTube you can see, but it's real easy and simple to use. I like it. I like all the features that this have. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's really simple to use, and I like the heated steering wheel feature, heated seats, backup cam. Of course, that's standard on all cars, so I like it. Now, this ain't the 8-inch screen that you will find in the Rubicon, but this screen here, even though it's not as big as the one you find in the Rubicon, I actually like it. It's easy to read, and it's a decent size. The roof is really easy to take off. You just like that, flip them, and you just push it like that, and it comes up just like that. So it's really simple to use. The seats, I like how nice and plain these seats are. I didn't really want to go leather because it gets pretty hot out here in Michigan during the summertime and humid. And by this being a black car, it's already holding enough heat as it is. So leather will only make it worse. But now, honestly, yeah, leather is a little bit easier to clean. But I found out that these seats is also pretty easy to clean too. Doesn't take much to clean out stains. I also like the ability to lock the glove box as well as the center console, so that a day that we decide to drive with the doors off and we have personal stuff inside of here that we don't want nobody to get to, we can just lock it up with a key. The four-wheel drive system, I have yet to test it yet, but sooner or later, I want to say probably the month of December or January, where it starts to snow real bad, I will find out how good this four-wheel drive is. But I'm pretty sure it's good because it's a Wrangler and wouldn't have to rear it. Also, I forgot to mention that when you're a Jeep owner, there are going to be other Jeep owners out there. They're going to put these little ducks on your door handle or on your hood. Trunk is real simple to use. Just open it, and now you got access to the trunk. Very simple. And underneath here, this is where you keep your screws and stuff when you decide to take the doors off. And you got storage space here. Of course, you got the wax and stuff like that, the towels for keeping the vehicle clean. I also like this Easter egg on the trunk. This here is stating how high water floods can be that you can drive in without damaging your Jeep. Also, I just love the way it looks. It has its own unique styling. Jeep Wranglers always had their own unique styling for years, since 1944. I mean, it makes it look rugged and tough. Now, I do want to do some customization with these lights. I'm thinking about putting some halos in here that changes color with some LEDs. And that was the whole reason why I went with the Sport, because it gives me the ability to do a tad bit more customization. Now, I know you can customize the Rubicon as well, but this one, I kind of want to do more customization with it and play with it some more. So that's all I have for this video for today. Again, I think the Jeep Wrangler JL so far has been a great vehicle. I love the way it rides. Now, keep in mind, depending on what size tire you get, the bigger tire you get is going to ride slightly rougher. I think these tires here are perfect. They ride smooth. They're not too rugged, I should say. They're not too noisy on the highway. And I want to apologize for the wind noise because it's starting to get windy. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon.